So I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to be completely easy when it comes to competing with the bigger eBay sellers, because of course you need to know what you're doing. I believe that it's a simple process, but it's not necessarily easy. As long as you know what you need to do, as long as you know what you can do when it comes to competing against these big sellers, then you're going to have a better chance to start growing your eBay store this year. One of the most common misconceptions that a lot of new eBay sellers have is that there's no way that they're going to be able to make sales for a particular product when there's bigger sellers selling that exact same product. But that isn't necessarily the case, because there's a lot of reasons as to why you're still going to be able to make sales as a brand new seller. One of the most common reasons is that a lot of big eBay sellers run out of stock all the time. And whenever one of your competition runs out of stock for whatever product you're looking to sell, it just means that there's now an opportunity for a new buyer to visit your store. Now, for example, I've just jumped into eBay and I've typed in screwdriver, and I'm going to scroll down to one of the top sellers selling screwdrivers right now. As we can see right here, there's this seller that's selling a screwdriver set for £13. They've sold over 215 different units and they've only got one more left. So as soon as a customer now clicks on the listing and purchases the last remaining screwdriver set from the seller, what that now means is that all of the listings that are below are going to be able to scoop up all of the customers that would have went to this listing. You just need to make sure that whenever that opportunity arises, you're positioned in the best possible way, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So one of the first things that you need to start doing with your store to make sure that you're positioned in the best possible way so that you're going to be able to make sales if a big seller runs out of stock is by making sure that you've got crystal clear branding. And what do I mean by this exactly? So basically, when it comes to building up your eBay store, you need to make sure that whenever a customer clicks on your listing or your store, you need to make sure that you've designed your listing and your store in a way that customers know exactly what you sell. Especially when you're selling a product that requires repeat purchases, they want to know that they're buying from someone that knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to the products that they're selling. So what I like to do personally is design my store around a specific niche or category. So whenever a customer does click on my store, they know that I'm a specialist for the products that I'm trying to sell. Like for example, if we look at this listing right here, this is a children's car seat. We can see that this listing is getting around 79 views per day, and they've sold a total amount of 8,564 different units of this car seat. So if I had a child, I'll prefer to buy a car seat from a company that actually specializes in selling baby products. Reason being is because I know that the seller that is focused on selling baby products, more than likely they're going to know exactly what to look out for when it comes to finding the best quality car seat. So for example, if I had a child and I was looking for a car seat, what I would do is I would first look at the store name. As we can see, this seller's name is Direct for Baby UK. So instantly they've hooked me in terms of their company name. I know that this company is focused on selling baby products. The next thing that I might do from this point is visit their shop. So what most customers will do from this point is look at their About Us section. As we can see, it says, for new parents and parents to be, we're here to offer the UK's best products, impartial and expert advice to help you navigate your way through every stage of your baby's first, etc, etc. So if I was a customer that was looking to buy baby products, I would most likely buy it from this company because they obviously specialize in these type of items. Now, if I quickly just jump back over to their listing, I just want to show you one more thing before I move on. We can see that they've got a logo right at the top of their listing that says Direct for Baby with an image of a little baby right there. This shows me that this company is somewhat professional because they've taken the time out to create a logo that illustrates exactly what their brand is about. And this is what you guys need to be thinking about if you're looking to compete with the bigger eBay sellers. You need to spend some time creating a logo that tells the customer exactly what your company is about. You also need to make sure that you pick a store name that matches with the products that you're selling, as well as the niche that you're selling in. So the second thing that you need to do is make sure that you're selling amazing quality products. So when I first started selling on eBay, there was a lot of sellers that were selling the exact same products that I was selling, and it put me off for a little bit. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to succeed when I first started selling on eBay many years ago. And because a lot of my competition at the time were selling the products that I wanted to sell at a cheaper price, I felt like I wasn't going to be able to compete because I wasn't going to be able to buy the products in such large quantities for me to be able to compete with them on price. So what I did instead is I tried to compete with them in a different way. And the best way that I was going to be able to compete with them, if it wasn't going to be price, is making sure that my quality was 10 times better than their quality. Now, this wasn't necessarily cheap because I had to go through at least 3 or 4 different suppliers before I was able to find one that was going to be able to offer me excellent quality. But I was determined on making sure that I found a supplier that was going to be able to give me the best quality on the market. And even though it cost a lot more than my competition at the time, because it was a product that people wanted a better quality, they didn't necessarily care about the price. So it all depends on whatever product you're selling. Some products you can't necessarily compete when it comes to quality, but have a look at your competition and see if there's a way for you to find a better quality product. Maybe you might have to sell it for a bit more, but that might just be the thing that your customers are looking for. They might be searching for a better quality product, even though it's going to be charged at a higher price. price, they may be happy to pay it. One of the main benefits of selling a higher quality product, even though it does cost more, is that you're going to get better reviews. The customers that do buy from you are going to leave you good feedback as well as good product reviews as well, which is going to help your business in the long run. If you focus too much on price alone, that might lead to a lot of negative feedback and a lot of negative reviews. So even if you're in the beginning stages of your eBay business, or even if you're in the later stages, it's always important to try and sell high quality products rather than low quality products. The third way that you're going to be able to compete with the bigger eBay sellers is by making sure that you have amazing customer service. So when I first started my eBay business, I made sure to prioritize my customer service. And when I say prioritize my customer service, I made it clear within my listing that customers can expect a response back within 10 minutes. So whenever a customer had a question about anything, whether they've already bought from me or they haven't bought from me yet, I made sure to respond to them within 10 minutes. Now, of course, when I was sleeping, I wasn't necessarily waking up in the middle of the night to respond to messages. But as soon as I woke up, I spent the first 30 minutes of the day responding to all the messages that I got whilst I was sleeping. And by doing something like this, you're going to be able to naturally get more sales, because if you're able to respond to a customer quick, they're going to be assured that even if they have any issues, you're going to be able to deal with the issue really quick. And it's very important to remember that when you are communicating with your buyers, whether they've bought something from you already or whether they're just asking a general question, that you treat them with respect, that you're polite, that you answer their question the best way that you can. And the more and more you do this, the more and more you're going to build up a loyal customer base that's going to continue to come back to buy from you rather than someone else. One of the best ways that I like to beat my competition, even though my prices might be slightly higher than them, is the fact that I'm offering fast postage. So as you can see, with majority of the products that I'm selling on my store, I'm offering free postage, which is Royal Mail 24, which will take 1 to 2 working days to arrive to my customer. And because I'm not charging the customer for it, this is obviously going to naturally lead to more sales. I'm offering fast postage for free, but what I do is that I include the postage price in the actual price that the customer's paying. And not only do I do that, I also ship out the item on the same working day. So if the customer orders the item before 4 p.m, I'm going to ship out the item that same day. Now, of course, I'm only able to do this because I import the products from China and I ship it out myself. I'm not necessarily drop shipping from this eBay store. So even if you are shipping out the orders yourself, you don't necessarily need to do same working day for you to beat out your competition. You can still change it to 1 working day, which means that if a customer bought an item from your store, you're going to ship it out tomorrow instead of today. So you're still going to be able to beat out a lot of your competition. But of course, if you do same working day, customers will be able to see that when they're buying the item, which means that they're going to be more inclined to buy from you if you are using same working day, because they know that they're going to get their item quick. So if you want to be able to compete with a lot of the sellers, you also need to be able to ship out your item as quick as possible. So everything I just went through in this video is what I do when it comes to beating my competition when I first start a new eBay store. But if you want to watch a video that I made recently where I break down 3 different things that I do when it comes to rising in the eBay search results, I'm going to link a video right there. If you enjoyed this video, then you're definitely going to enjoy that one. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe down below, hit the bell notification. And if you want to watch a webinar where I break down my story of going from $0 to $3,000 per day in sales, then click the first link in the description or the link in the pinned comment down below. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.